Guys, in today's video, we're gonna be talking about how you can take advantage of this hot, crazy market for used equipment. So whether it's a truck, whether it's a dry van, a flatbed, a step deck, whatever commercial equipment you have right now is a hot market, and you need to, if you're going to be selling your truck or trailer, you need to take advantage of this hot market. So if you're a truck driver and you are thinking of becoming an owner operator, this is an unbelievable video for you. If you are an owner operator and in the next year or two are thinking of upgrading your truck, this is a really good video for you. And also, most of the stuff that I'm talking about today, you can actually apply it to your cars, because right now the car market is exactly the same. It's really hot, and you need to be taking advantage of it, and don't let the dealerships take advantage of you. Okay, so there's three things that we're going to be talking about, and stay tuned to this video. And I want you to do me a favor. If you find anything beneficial in this video for you, I'd like for you to share this video, and I want you to tag a truck driver, and I want you to tag somebody who can take advantage, or if you know a truck driver who's been taken advantage of in their last purchase or sale, this is a perfect video for them also. So tag them into this video. Let's get to this video. I will show you how to properly sell your truck. Option number one, we're gonna do it ourselves. Option number two, we're gonna use a company that I'm going to recommend over here. It's a virtual platform like an auction, not really an auction, but stay tuned, I'll get into it. And option number three, we are going to try to avoid the dealerships. If you have to take it to the dealerships, I'll recommend a few things that you should not do when taking it to the dealerships. So stay tuned and let's get to it. So before we go into the bread and butter of this video, let's talk about what's happening out there. So basically, manufacturing companies, whether it's Freightliner, whether it's Volvo, whether it's Kenworth, Peterbilt's, they're all having the exact same problem. They cannot produce fast enough, and there's a crunch with supply for their microchips. So it's causing a delay in their manufacturing plants. Trucks that we ordered that were supposed to be here in January, February are getting delayed until March, April of next year. A perfect example of this was our 20 trailers that we ordered for 2021. They were supposed to be here in June. We keep getting emails that it's getting delayed, and now they're gonna be here in September, October. So there's your 4-month delay. So what are bigger carriers doing? They're holding on to their used equipment. They're not selling their used equipment. So if every year we sell our 2017s or 2018s, we usually sell them in February, March. So we as a company, we held on to our older equipment for an extra 6 months, and we didn't release it into the market, therefore causing a crunch in the market for used and new equipment. So truck drivers that are going into the dealerships to buy new equipment, well, if there is no new equipment and you really want to become an owner operator, then you're going to settle for a 2, 3, 4-year-old truck. So everything is getting scooped up. Now also, the market in the US is also becoming very tight. So what are they doing? They're taking advantage of their US dollar. Because their US dollar is so strong, they're looking at the Canadian market and they're buying it for 25% less than what they would be buying it in the US. So a truck, for example, in the US would be worth $50,000, $60,000. If the same truck here is worth $70,000 Canadian, they're $50,000, $60,000. They're even getting a steal from buying it from Canada. So it's really causing a crunch on our Canadian market. Used prices have never been higher. I know for myself, because we've just sold a couple of trucks. So usually, I'll just give you an example. I posted 3 Freightliner Cascadias for sale. Usually on a 4-year-old truck or a 5-year-old truck, we would be able to sell them on any given year anywhere between $60,000 to $65,000. Today, we're selling them between $90,000 to $100,000, and my phone doesn't stop blowing up. So I'm gonna tell you what I did. I wanna share my knowledge with you. I'd like for you to take the exact same approach, because the last thing I want you to do is to walk into that dealership and to get ripped off from these dealerships. Remember, that's your last case scenario. So before your engine blows up, that's when you go into the dealerships, and that's when you trade in your truck. So I'm gonna go over a couple of great steps that you should be taking before you sell your truck. So have a plan. So let's talk about step 1. So first of all, have a game plan for yourself on when you want to get rid of your equipment. So for example, if you have a 3-year-old truck, a 4-year-old truck, a 5-year-old truck, know approximately when you want to sell it. So if you have a 2017 or 2016 that you want to sell, just tell yourself, okay, you know, when this truck comes to 800,000 kilometers or 600,000 miles or 700,000 miles, this is a time for me to sell. I would post it when the truck has 680,000 miles. I would post it for a little bit of a higher price. So for example, let's say you wanted $60,000 for your truck, I would post it at $65,000 or $67,000 for the truck. Now, I find really good success with Facebook Marketplace. You know, some people have success with Kijiji, other people have success with AutoTrader. I would post the trucks on those platforms. I'm going to post up some screenshots of my cell phone just so you can see how many people messaged me about these Freightliner Cascadias. I've had at least about 50 or 60 inquiries on these units. I can honestly say that about maybe 20 of the 60 are complete garbage. They are dealerships trying to buy my unit, and you know, I get the nonsense of I'll pay cash for your truck, or how much would you let it go, and what's called. I'm not interested in that. I just brushed those kind of people off. I said, you know, I'm not interested in your lowball offers, and you shouldn't be interested in those lowball offers either. So when people approach you and say, oh, you know, I can give you post your truck for 40, and they say I can give you $25,000 cash, those are called bully offers, and a lot of people, they submit to these bully offers. But if you plan it in advance on selling your unit, you will not have to submit to these bully offers. So definitely be organized and save your inquiries. So what I usually do is I save all my inquiries, and then once I have the truck, or once I'm in the GTA, or that truck is in the GTA, then I send a text message to 30 or 40 different people, letting them all know that I'm going to be in the GTA, or I'm going to be in my hometown. I send a text message to all 50 or 60 inquiries, and then for those that want to come see the truck, they're more than welcome to. Usually what happens, I mean lately, is that when the truck is here, I get 7 or 8 or 9 people coming at the same time to look at the truck. And that's a really good thing. So it kind of creates competition amongst the people that are buying it, and then people who know that other people are interested in buying it, they're more likely to pay a higher value for your truck than somebody knowing that your truck has been for sale for the last 3 months. So don't submit to the bully offers, be organized, store all the text message, bring everybody in at the same time. Keep in mind about the deposit. Your truck is not sold. Remember this, your truck is not sold until you have money in your hand, okay? The guy that's calling you, that's promising that he's gonna leave a deposit in 2 or 3 weeks, or he's coming next week and I'll leave you a deposit, don't believe anybody over the phone. Believe the money in your hand. Quick recap. So number 1, have in your mind when you wanna sell the truck. Number 2, post on the social media platforms. Number 3, do not entertain idiots and bully offers, or I will pay you cash. Number 4, make sure that when you're doing this, the truck is not parked. You will get destroyed on a parked truck. Be organized and store all of your inquiries, so this way you can text them all at the same time to come to view the truck. And then don't forget that your truck is not sold until you have a deposit in your hand. All right, guys, so I know that these 6 steps are not easy. You got to be very organized, and some people just simply do not have the time to sell their own unit. So what I've done is I've talked to and negotiated with a company called SimpleLand. Okay, so what they do, they have a really cool concept where you fill out this form over here and it gets distributed to wholesalers that are willing to buy your truck or your used equipment. So whether you have a dry van, a flatbed, a truck, a dump truck, anything that has to do with commercial equipment, if you fill out this form over here, this form is going to get forwarded to SimpleLand, and SimpleLand is going to forward this form to multiple buyers, and they will get back to you with the best offer, okay, for your truck. So I really want you to exercise this option before you walk into the dealerships, because the dealerships will rip you a new one, okay? Whether you believe it or you don't believe it, they will, okay? So make sure you test out this option first. Now, this form over here, all you have to do is put your first name, your last name, your phone, your email address, the equipment that you are selling, the year, the model, and a brief description of it. You hit submit, this gets forwarded to SimpleLand. Now, SimpleLand is going to forward this phone to their pre-approved buyers. So for example, it could be that Freightliner, that these dealerships, the bigger dealerships, the smaller dealerships, whether you're in Canada or in the US, they have the connections and they have the buyers that will buy your truck at a wholesale price. Now, what's better than to make these dealerships fight over your truck? Okay, so we're gonna kind of switch it up on them. They're not gonna be giving us a low ball offer. We're gonna be destroying them for the best price that we can get for this equipment. So again, you know me, I'm all about switching it all up. Truck drivers out there have been getting their ass handed to them over the last few years. Scams with manufacturing plants, scams with dealerships, scams with financing companies, and I talk a lot about them in my videos. So what I wanted to do was create a place or a platform that you would be able to fill out this form. It's gonna go to multiple dealerships and let them fight over your equipment. Now, if you don't believe me, that's fine. Fill out the form, get the price, and if you don't like the price, guess what? You are not committed to anything. At least know what your equipment is worth. So this way, when you're going to your dealership, at least you can compare. If your dealership gives you a bully offer, for example, your 2018 Cascadia, I've seen, offers come in at $25,000, $35,000, and $40,000. Well, if you were to fill this form out and you had a buyer at $55,000, you would know that you're not giving up your truck for $45,000. You're gonna go with this company called SimpleLand, and they will do the whole process for you. I think that everybody should exercise option number 1 first, where you try to sell it yourself at a retail value. You don't have time for it, I totally understand. Option number 2, try this form out and see what you can get for your truck. And option number 3 is if you really can't do option number 1 and option number 2, last case scenario, that's when you walk to the dealership, because the trade-ins, this is where they make their money. All right, if you are going to trade in your truck, guys, please be aware, okay, when you trade in your truck, make sure that you get the dealership to quote for your truck. So get a price in writing from them. What do I mean by that? When you go into the dealership and tell them that, hey, I want to sell my truck, okay, don't make it conditional on you buying that truck for $150,000. Tell them that you want to give them your truck, okay, and what's the best price that they'll do for your truck. All right, and only then negotiate on the truck that's in the lot, because if you don't do that, what happens is the dealerships are double dipping. All right, so they'll give you what you want for your truck. So let's say they want to give you $25,000 for your truck. Right? So what they're gonna do, they can lift your offer to $30,000 and say, oh, look, we gave you $30,000 for your truck, but then the truck that was there for $150,000, they upped the price to $155,000 as if you got a really good deal for this truck that you're trading in. But in reality, you only got $25,000 for your truck, and they lifted the price of your new truck for $5,000. So what did you get by that? Absolutely nothing, okay? These are the scams that the dealerships pull on drivers. Okay, so one of the things that these dealerships do, and I hate it, if you want to sell your truck, they'll put it in through the dealership shop. Now, what the shop knows and what they're gonna do is they're gonna create a list of hundreds of things that are wrong with your truck. Okay, so every little thing that's wrong with the dash, with the button, your tires, how much percent of tires you have, your shocks, your brakes, they're gonna come up with a list that when you see this list, your jaw is just gonna drop, and you'll be like, okay, if there's so many things that are wrong with my truck, I might as well just give it to them because it's the better deal. It's not. It's a scam. There really isn't that much wrong with your truck. They do this on purpose in order for you to believe that your truck is pretty much, worthless. Do not get pressured into them making you buy something from their lot, okay? Just make it conditional, just make it that, I want to give my truck and I only want you guys to buy this truck. It's not conditional on me buying a truck. So get the comparison, use this link, get this SimpleLand company to get you prices from other dealerships, and then use your home branch dealer and compare apples to apples. Again, do not make your offer based on you buying a truck. Compare it in reality. So why do I recommend a company like SimpleLand, and why did I put this form here below? So number 1, their buyers have been pre-approved, which is great, okay? Number 2, we're so used to, over the years, taking it to our dealership, but we gotta take advantage of this virtual world. We have to take advantage of all this technology that we have. So through a click of a form, this form can be distributed to multiple dealerships, not just one. You don't have the time to go to 10 or 15 dealerships. I don't have the time to go to 10 or 15 dealerships, but with this form, we could. So if somebody gave you $50,000, somebody else can get you $55,000. And what's great about it is that we make them fight over your equipment in this hot market. Third thing, you know what? It really avoids all these lowball offers. So I hate getting text messages from these guys, from these idiots saying that, my truck is posted for $80,000, somebody's offering me $60,000. And he says, I'll pay you cash. Well, I really don't need that. I need my $80,000 or as close as I can get to the price that I want. I want to get that money as close as I can, and it really just avoids all of these lowball offers. Number 4 is there's absolutely no obligation, so why not? I mean, I would fill out the form, I'd sell my truck, and if I don't get the offer that I want, then I would just say, no, this is what I'm looking for, you fight for me and get me what I want. And if not, then I'm not selling my truck. I come out a winner at the end. I want the most amount of money for my used equipment. That's my end game, and that's what I want you guys to do. I want you guys to get the most amount of money for your used equipment. So guys, I hope you learned something from this video. This channel is all about making you guys more successful out there. So stay tuned. I have upcoming videos for repairs, what kind of repairs to expect in the first 4 years of buying a new truck. I haven't seen this video out there yet. I'm going to be doing it. I'm going to be taking a few units. I'm going to be going through all of their history and data of repair shops. I'm going to compile the data into one amazing video, and I'm going to show you what to expect in your first 4 years of buying a new truck, what kind of repairs you should expect. So if you're not subscribed to the channel, subscribe, and then when that comes out, get notified by ringing that bell. So hope you like this video. Give it a thumbs up. If you have any comments, leave them down below. If you have a great idea on how to sell your truck and I didn't mention it in my video, please put the comments down below and I'll respond. Thank you so much. I'm Ronan. I'll catch you in the next one.